Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Waffles RC. As you saw from that thumbnail, we are driving the new Zach lift, and we are going to find stuff to do with it. And hopefully, based on that thumbnail, it all worked. Because I've been working out a few bugs, but it's all done. So let's unveil it so you can see it in its completed final form. Like the last video, still had a few things that were needed to be done. And there are still a few more things that need to be done. But that's not going to stop us from doing what we need to do right now. Once again, with full truth and honesty at this channel, it is not perfect. The brake lights work until I move the legs up and down, so there's that issue. Everything's a little glitchy, so I still have some electrical gremlins to work out on this thing, but it's doing pretty good so far. This light bar up on the top, I had it running to the same channel as the legs, the extending part of the legs. There was a backfeed issue, and every time this went, the legs would just keep powering. So I have to get a new light bar. I already got one in mind, but let's see what we can do with this thing. And I'm sorry for not having it outside and trying to look perfectly scale, but it's raining and my stickers aren't the greatest. So that's why we're in the garage. Let's go play with this. For this first test, we are going to start off with something simple. Oh no, it has rolled over. So, allow us to use a winch. Maybe I should bring the remote over with me. A little bit more. I've been wanting to try these winches to see how strong they actually are, so let's see. Oh, that's right. The truck doesn't have a drag brake. So let's put our legs down. Let's see if that helps. That is actually quite a powerful little winch. Genuinely surprised by that. Okay, so those two are on. That one's not. I think I measured wrong. Test 1 completed. So that was just with one winch. This does have two. But let's try something a little bit harder to see if it could even attempt to do it. Actually, that's not even going to work. Actually, wait. It's a rotator, silly. I thought that this was just going to drag it, but then I remembered that I have fun stuff that I can do with it. Alright. Let's try to okay, so that idea is not working. So let's see what we can do with it like this. So we have 2 winches. Let's do a double line, shall we? Bring that up to there. Bring this one out. So I put D-rings up on the top, have it ran to the middle of the cage there, middle of the cage there. Let's see what it can do. Let's try to... Okay, so that is all the way out. It's doing it. Okay, so that is a bit maxed out on those 2 rams, but I don't have a whole lot of leverage. It is off the ground. That is too funny. Will it rotate? Yes, it will rotate. Oops. Hold on. Oh, okay. This is my first time playing with this thing, so I'm still figuring out the controls, and those did not like doing that. I do have an idea for one more thing, so let me get that set up and rigged up, and we'll go from there. So this is not sponsored in any way by that cat food. It's just my cat food and what I have at hand to play with. The lift rams can't seem to handle it, the weight. Like, I can't adjust it. I can only go down, but it won't go back up. But I think that is because I don't, like, leverage point is not very good for it. But we can move it around. And then we can just lightly put her down. No, one of the lines broke. So just like every time, I show you when things go wrong. My quick idea of splicing these together with just heat shrink with glue did not work. So give me a moment, I'll be right back to fix this. I solved my issue by doing it the exact same way. Let's put the rotator bit away. Yeah, that is a little steppy, but you know, it is what it is. Let's put our legs up. So I guess now would be the right time to actually make sure that it could be, you know, a recovery vehicle. We know the winches work, we know the boom works, we know it can pick stuff up, roll stuff over, but can it tow it away? Let's find out. So also, once again, in full disclosure, the truck is having issues too. Let's fold out our boom, bring it down a bit, quite a bit. I have not painted them yet, but they should do just fine for now. So, unlike the actual Zac lift, I do not have this part to be extended. So let's back the truck up and hope I can do this. Nice, slow, nice and slow. All right, let's straighten it back. And I went too far. Straighten that out. Bring it down. This is a bit tricky by yourself, and when you've never done it either. Oh, that might have done it. It sure did. All right, it does function as a tow truck. Oh, wait, I have a silly idea. Hold on. Oh no, how did we get into this predicament? How will we ever recover said Jeep off of the precipice? Yes, I know it's cheesy. No, don't care. I think it's funny. So, bring that up as much as it will go. I also did reverse the winches on the controller to make it easier for myself. Oh, this is too good. So as you can see, nothing underneath it. Those little winch servos, I will be putting a link in the description of this video for those, because they don't sound like they're struggling very much to do this. The two rams on the boom are giving up before these winches are. Oh, and it's sitting on my box, so we will just put it back down. That is too funny. Now, if anybody wants to say, oh, that Jeep must not be very heavy, that's why it's able to do it. First and foremost, this whole thing is made out of metal. It's one of my own chassis. So there's that. So zeroed out. So this particular Jeep weighs 11 pounds, call it close enough, 11 pounds 2 ounces. So I think your 4-pound comp crawler, this thing will have no problems with that. But what about heavier? Because we got heavier here. One moment. That's right, the original hauler. Admittedly, if it picks it up, I will weigh it. If it doesn't, then so be it. So let's give her a shot. Oh my God, it's doing it. It's tipping the truck over. This thing is nuts. It just picked it up like it was nothing. Once again, that boom is failing before those winches are giving up. And the whole truck is tipping. But you know what? It's doing it. This is absolutely hysterical. Just give me a moment to capture this moment. Okay, I did have to replace the battery because apparently that's a lot of work for the battery. But it lifted it easily. I highly recommend those GoBilda servos. They're not even, well, okay, they're trying, but they're not like struggling. Like, I think I could do more, but I'm starting to bend stuff. So, since it lifted it, let's see how much it weighs. But first, a responsible tow truck driver always puts his rigging away. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Yes, I know it's incredibly boring, isn't it? But you know what? That's what you got to do after a good job. Just the fact that it did it is astounding. The fact that it can lift anything is astounding, let alone something that heavy, which we will find out because it's been a few years since I've weighed that one. This thing is so much fun. Zeroed out. It's not as heavy as I remember it. Remember, lift with your back. Let's get it where you can see it. Quits moving around. It is 22 pounds. Varies just a little bit, but it's close enough to 22 pounds. That's a lot for a couple of little 10 scale servos. Highly, highly recommend. Like I said, I don't put links. I'm not sponsored by GoBilda. Kind of wishing I was, but I'm not. They were affordable, they're programmable, and that's insane. And they held the weight on it too. Now granted, doing all of this uses up quite a bit of battery, but 22 pounds, just held it in the air like it was nothing. That's bending. Those winches were not giving up. And as for my winch line, it's cheap Amazon fishing line. See? Extreme braid. I have no idea. Once again, not sponsored. I'll find a link to that. I'll put it down below. This is nuts. I want to lift everything. And now for the moment that you've all been waiting for, in its final form, how much does it weigh? So, this thing is, oh, that would help it. All right, this is zeroed out. You guys know I don't lie. What am I gonna do? Shave some pounds off this thing? And yes, I said pounds. We don't measure in grams around here. I mean, I'm pretty sure that these wing nuts may weigh more than some of those 24 scales. Stop talking bad about 24 scales. You have a lot of people in here that like 24 scales. Anyhow, I like big stuff. I like heavy stuff, which is ironic because I have a bad back and I have to pick all this up. So everything is in here. Battery, it's all set. Oh wait, can't forget these. One on each side. Yep, that's real light. Oh, you stupid thing. So it's that plug. Zeroed out. And there you are. 19 pounds, 7.9 ounces. So just that alone is almost 20 pounds. And it's hooked up to this. So what does that mean? Let's weigh the whole thing. That's right. But that's not going to cut it. That's too small. So we have to resort to some different tactics on how to weigh all of this together. That's right. We have to use a bathroom scale. So first we need our baseline weight, which is me. Turn it on. Let it clear itself. Okay. I am 204 pounds. Now, let's get this back on. That's on, that's locked. Now, I do have to get creative with being able to see that number. So, we will resort to the tripod, holding the cell phone, looking at the screen, review said footage later. I had to get creative using my phone to see the scale because I won't be able to see it when I have that in my hand. So I'm 204 pounds. Turn it back on. Oh my goodness. I laughed because I think I saw it. Well, the phone didn't pick it up very well. So the phone didn't pick it up very well, but I am 204 pounds. While holding this on the same scale, zeroed out, I in total weighed 260 pounds. So if you do the math, this whole RC car right here weighs 56 pounds. So that means this tow truck body is 6 pounds heavier than our original Zacliff Genesis. 6 pounds more. So for you competition guys, that is a whole nother RC heavier, significantly, not even competition, maybe like class 2 or class 1. So like full scale builds. That is a whole full scale class 1 RC car heavier than this. And that's only part of that. Who says anything about lightweight? Certainly not me. So it's also going to get heavier because these were on it when I weighed it, but these have to come with the truck. But I want to make a couple of different ones. These ones work good for hooking up to axles. What if I want to hook up to a bumper or somebody else's trailer? So we're going to need many different accessories. I hope you guys all enjoyed that video because I had a lot of fun playing with this thing. These winch servos, they aren't even really winch servos. They're just dual mode GoBilda. Once again, I will put a link down in the description. They are pretty affordable in comparison to other winches that I have used. And with 2 of them, it lifted off the ground, dead weight, 22 pounds. So I'd say they're tested enough for me to be able to put the link in the description for you guys. Now these rams, they do pretty well, but once again, the geometry, I don't have them set up where they can actually put a lot of lift on this boom. But I'm also restricted on space because of it being a rotator. Now if I were to put these straight up and down here on the back, like the actual Atlas Zac lift here on the back, I guarantee those 2 rams would have easily lifted that truck just by itself. But I wanted a rotator. So we work with what we got. They held up pretty good. The whole thing held up pretty good. I will admit this one thing. These servos for the legs, they're going bye-bye. They are cheap ones. I knew that from the beginning and wasn't surprised that they were having issues. So it is what it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put GoBilda ones on it because I'm officially a fan. Like I said, they're about the same price as these cheap ones. Well, they're more than these really cheap ones, but they're cheaper than the really expensive ones. And so far, they're doing great. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. They did it. The rest of this did really well. Once again, few changes. Not a big deal. So, from a very happy builder of very custom stuff, thank you all for joining and coming along on this process. I know it's been a lot of videos. The last video has not done well. I don't care. It takes time to build something this complicated. Bugs will get worked out. But if everything goes correctly, this will be going to the Toman show in Las Vegas, along with this one too, but mainly this. So I got to get the bugs worked out of it, but I'll be doing that off camera. I got to figure out what's wrong with the truck, fix a few things on this. I have a few ideas to get the light bar working, to get these brake lights working. There's some stuff that needs to be worked out, but I will get it worked out. We're gonna have some fun with it. I gotta find some events to take it to, so let me know down in the comments. I'm in California, remember that. Anything relatively local where I can go and have some fun with this thing. You guys let me know. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. Next week, we will be getting back on the Impala. We got the frame done. We need to get some axles underneath this thing. So, we will see you next week where we build a crawler. But that, oh, I love it.